Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Watchark here. My name is Simone, 22-year-old Italian broke watch enthusiast, and today's video is sort of going to be a long-term review for my Timex waterbury automatic. Let's start with a bit of context. I bought this watch, it was December 2020. I got it for a great price off of Amazon. The MSRP for this one is $249 and I got it for under 100 euros, so that was amazing. Then I got it, I proceeded to wear it for a bit, and then it was the first watch I ever reviewed on this YouTube channel actually. But a lot of things changed in the year that has passed since my review. My opinion is pretty different than it was back then, and plus I'm going to sell this watch, which I think it's important to address. As a reviewer, I think I have to be upfront with you. I'm going to sell it because I don't wear it anymore, and this video is sort of going to be an exploration of why I'm not wearing it anymore and why I think it's a great watch for some people, but if you are a certain kind of person you should completely avoid it. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Okay, so let's start with the basics. The specs are fine, they are acceptable at this price point. We have a 40mm wide case, which is fine, but the design of the case itself, it's pretty great in my opinion. We have these very slim lugs that allows it to be very wearable, and plus it's pretty thick. We are talking about almost 13mm. But what it does that it's very ingenious in my opinion is that the case, it's not just one piece, but it slims down a lot when getting closer to the wrist, and this allows this watch to wear completely different than any other 13mm watches that you might think about. So here for the wearability we are absolutely on point. 20mm for the lug width, which is standard, it's fine, and this watch is a bit of a strap monster actually. I've been wearing it with leather strap, with mesh straps, probably not NATO's, not because the style doesn't really fit the watch, but you can wear it with a multiple kind of straps, so that's super great. I love that. And you're probably gonna want to change the strap because the strap this comes with is this sort of fake croc leather thing, which is not amazing actually. I don't really love it for the style and for the product itself, which is not great. The other great thing about this watch is actually the dial. I love how they made it. It's very wide, so this covers almost all the diameter of the watch, so it's very readable, it's very simple, minimalistic, but not like lazy minimalism like all these fashion watches. This actually makes sense. We have a beautiful font for the numerals, I really love it. Of course they're just printed, not applied, but that's fine. I think this fits the style of the watch very well. The date window is very well integrated because it's black, it's pretty minimal, it's not too big, it's pretty small, so that's super fine. And the dial is probably my favorite part about this watch because its minimalism makes for a great wearer, for a great everyday wearer. It's not too flashy, but it's very classy, if you know what I mean. The glass, it's mineral, which is fine in my opinion for the price point, sort of. So all these specs and all of these different aspects about this watch make it a great everyday wearer. It's actually a pretty good contender for a pretty affordable everyday watch for a lot of people out there. But I think it's got a couple of very big issues that really undermine how good it would have been. Let's start with the most obvious one. When you take it out of the box, it's almost immediately apparent that this watch has got a Miyota 8000. So let's do a bit of context. I am not against Miyota, actually. I own other watches, just one actually, with Miyota, and that's super great. That watch is my Vagary G-Matic. I wear it a ton. I wear that watch very much, and never given me a problem. There is a bit of rotor noise, but it's super manageable, nothing that like ruins your wearing experience. With my Timex, I can't say the same because the rotor noise does really ruin your wearing experience. I have seen people online complain about it a lot, but I've also seen people in my previous videos about this watch tell me that it's just my watch. I think it's something that's pretty common with these watches. The rotor noise, it's very much present. It's something that you cannot ignore it. Even other people around you will complain that your watch is very loud and it's very noisy. One of the examples that I have is when you're driving and you're trying to park, you're moving your wrists a lot and it's very loud. Or you're reading, you turn the page and it's loud. When you're at a library, for example, you cannot wear this watch, or at school or at university, because it's too loud. People turn and watch you with a weird face. That's not ideal. That's not an ideal wearing experience. The other big issue that I think this watch has is the price, because as I said, $249 for the MSRP, it's a bit too much in my opinion. You can find better watches, frankly better watches for that same price, or even lower. Just look at Bambino's by Orient. Those are in a similar style. They are a bit bigger obviously, but they have a better movement, and they're overall just better watches. Or even better, you can find a Maestro by Orient itself, which is even a better watch because it's got 100 meters of water resistance, 40 millimeters, in-house movement, beautiful watch. I was considering it actually a couple of months ago, that I didn't get it, but that's actually a better watch than this is, and it's even cheaper. So if you find this watch for the MSRP, I really advise against buying it. If you find it for a great price, as I did, you might want to try it, but keep in mind it's not an ideal wearer. And with Timex, it's always like this. I own several of them. I have a Timex Navy XL, I have a Timex Expedition Scout, and I have a Timex Fairfield Avenue. And all of those watches have issues, but you pass over them because Timex is an important brand. It's something that I am ready to excuse to them. It's personal, of course. This is not the reviewer talking, but it's the watch enthusiast. I'm ready to excuse some things because I like those designs a lot. I like this design a lot for this Timex waterbury automatic, but it's not enough. Simply put, it's not enough to save it from being a terrible watch to wear, in my opinion. And this is why it's leaving my collection, even though I have a personal connection with it, because it's the first watch I ever reviewed on YouTube. There would be many more things to say about this watch, but I have already said them, probably in my full review or in all other videos where I quoted this exact precise watch. So if you're interested, go watch them. I linked them up here. And this is it for me today. Thanks you guys for sticking till the end of this video. This has been WatchArk. My name is Simone, 22-year-old Italian broke watch enthusiast.